Hello, this is MrChabry, and we are here with a new playthrough. This is going to be a Nuzlocke playthrough, and a Nuzlocke of Pokemon X. So here we're going to actually see the title screen. Before you start, you always get the choice of which language you're going to play in. But I always thought this was one of the best title screens of any Pokemon game. We have the title at the top, we've got Xerneas at the bottom, giving you a glimpse into what's going to happen later in the game. So, are you guys ready? Have you got your own copy of X and Y? And as we move through, we're going to have questions of the day. So today's question of the day is, which Kalos starter did you choose? We're going to get to make that decision ourselves. I already know which one I would like to choose, but I want you to kind of think about which one might you choose? So we immediately see this face right here. This is Professor Sycamore, Augustine Sycamore. And he's going to introduce us to the world of Pokemon, like how most Pokemon games have a cutscene like this, where you're introduced. And I always like this introduction through this painting. I always thought this was actually really cool. So, it gives you a sense of the region, which is based off of France. And we're going to play as the Mel character. And we'll play as the brunette in the center. And then here it does give us some more options with letters. So instead of being reduced to just Chabry, we're going to go ahead and put MrChabry. Because we can actually fit the whole thing this time, which I think is a pretty cool thing. Yes, you got that right. MrChabry is in the house. Alright, très bien. A fantastic name. So we get a little bit of French here, which just confirms that, yes, this is based off of France. Let's go visit the world of Pokemon. And then we get another little cutscene. We introduced to the professor. Now we get to meet this little fletchling that has just entered into our room. I think this is the mother's fletchling, if I remember correctly. It's been a little bit since I've played this, so. But this thing just used peck on us, so yeah, it is a pretty rude little bird. And here we have a Wii U. Like, look at that. This is outdated. Wii U. But we can go ahead and put our outfit on. Alright, and we got out of our pajamas. We're into our nice daily attire. And we're going to descend so we can meet our mother, who is in front of a pot. It's about time you get going. Why don't you step out and say hello to the neighbors? Yeah, so I guess we're not just moving here, maybe? Are we moving here? I don't remember. But we get a sense of the world, and we get a little bit of a 3D effect here, which is pretty good for, you know, the time. Plus, if you have your 3D slider, a lot of these you would be able to see in 3D. I don't have my 3D slider because I play this on my 2DS. My 2DS is the thing that had the capture card installed, so I don't get the nice 3D, which the 3D on this game does look really nice. Here we are in Venneville town, our hometown, a town where whose flower is about to bloom. So more of a statement on us, and then we go through Route 1, which is, I don't know, you can't really call it a route, because, I mean, look at this. It's just a path. Might as well call it Vanneville Path, and that's it. And Aquacore Town. This is really the first town. Now they're going to say, come on, have a seat. This is the meeting place, MrChabry. Let me introduce you. Everyone, this is MrChabry. Shauna's description was spot on. This is Tierno. He's got some serious dance moves. And Trevor never misses a single question on his test, but he's a little shy. Oh, nice to meet you. You know, It'd feel like we're closer crew if we called each other by nicknames. Can I call you M Meister? No way. He's a little M for sure. What do you think, Trevor? You want me to nickname someone I just met? Shauna, you shouldn't put people on the spot like this. Oh, something low-key like Big M. I want to pick my own because the M is just the Mr. So, but I'm gonna go with. I think this works better. We'll go with Chabs. We are now known as Chabs. Sure. Alright, Chabs fits you perfectly. Sure, we're going to get to be great friends, so I'll call you that too. And can we see the Pokemon now? Our new partner Pokemon. It's a cool feeling when Trevs and I met our Pokemon. Hope you feel the same way that we did. Alright, so we finally get to pick our starter. So let's kind of talk about our choices here. We have Chespin, the grass type. This thing eventually evolves into Chestnut, the grass fighting type. And this thing is known for having high attack and high defense. Here we have Fennekin, the fire type that later becomes Fire Psychic. This thing is high special attack, high speed, and it has some good special defense as well. And then Froakie, the water type that later becomes Water Dark. This thing has high speed, and it has good, really good special attack and good attack as well. So, out of these, the first time I played, I used Fennekin. In this Nuzlocke, I'm going to use Froakie. One of the reasons is Froakie is considered one of the favorite Pokemon within Japan. I think that's actually cool that this Pokemon from Gen 6 has surpassed the popularity of a lot of older Pokemon in Japan. So, we're going to go ahead, grab ourselves a Froakie. Question of the day, which Kalos starter did you choose out of these three? Like I said, Fennekin was my first, but for this, we go with Froakie. And we have our beautiful Froakie. Would you like to give your Pokemon a nickname? Well, yes, I would, because it's part of the Nuzlocke rules. and since it is a male, I'm just going to give it the name Ninja Star. I'm going to give it the name Ninja Star, because I think that fits well. It's basically a ninja anyway. Yes. My partner is Fennekin. We go good together. I choose Chespin. Alright, pardon me. I have something from the professor as well. Hope you understand on a deeper level. And we get ourselves a Pokedex, which is actually really good to have. It gives you information as you go through the playthrough and capture Pokemon. And one of the things about the Kalos Dex is one of the largest regional decks. I think there's like almost like 400 or more Pokemon just within this region. Not even the national decks. The regional decks. So think about 151 in Kanto, and then, you know, 251 in Johto. They've never went to this level. Alright, so our pals are leaving us. We have the letter for the professor. And we need to take this to our mother to gain permission for us to go on this big epic quest. Chabs, wait! Gonna be my opponent in my Pokemon battling debut. Little Fennekin, it's our first battle. Let's win it with style. Alright, our first battle. And instead of battling the one that has an advantage over you, we're gonna battle the one that has the disadvantage. And yeah, that music is so nostalgic. You know, I do think Pokemon X and Y, it actually does hold up pretty well. That screen at the bottom is actually nice too. And the fact that they're letting you battle someone that has a weakness to you, it pretty quickly teaches you type advantage. Which I think is a good thing to teach someone that's, you know, maybe just playing. So not only do you teach them about battling mechanics, but also type effectiveness mechanics. Alright, so Fennekin's pretty easy for us to knock out. Ninja Star gains some experience. We're already at level 6. Nice, nice, nice. Look at that attack. Why is your attack going up higher? You know, it's always good to check your natures too. I think I want to look at Ninja Star's nature so we can get an idea of later on how we should train this thing. All right, and if you look on the bottom, that is the shoot, what's it called? Trainer. Well, it's the connective service for it. We got Brave, which lowers speed, raises attack. So, not the best for a Froakie, but since this is a Nuzlocke, we will work with what we've got. And it's okay. Our Froakie is brave, ready to rush into fights. And then this is our mother's Rhyhorn, who's sleeping in a sand pit. Alright, so now we receive permission from Mother. What do you guys end up doing? You have Pokeballs, your own adventure. You're a Pokemon trainer. Congratulations. A letter? It's from someone named Sycamore. Who could it be? A love letter? Ooh, Mother. Have you even met this guy? Question should be, have you met this guy? And you just never told us. Okay. Well, anyway. She's pretty quick at packing everything up to send us on our way. I wonder, there's probably a question on what's in that letter and why is she so excited to get you out, you know. I already know how to use that, but I just be spammed. But yeah, the trainer SS down below is where you used to be able to connect to other trainers online. Oh, Rhyhorn wants to send us off. But it no longer works. All the 3DS connectivity has been shut down. For a while now, actually. But we're going to just run up here. Back through Route 1. And let me double check. We should have Pokeballs. Potions. No, we don't. So we need to grab some before we move to the next area, because we're going to start getting some early encounters, and I think Aquacord has is this the mart in this part? Yes, I would like some. Only sells Pokeballs. They put this pretty early on for you, so that way you can grab some. And I think, if I remember right, 10 gives you a free Premier Ball. Yeah, there we go. So we're ready for the next leg of the journey. So Aquacore Town, there's nothing here. Route 1, there's nothing. Alright, so just telling us what we already know. But I love the bridge, the architecture. This area has so much. And then Route 2 here. Now, here's the thing that if you're playing a Nuzlocke, you can kind of come up with your own idea for. The very first Pokemon you always encounter is a Pidgey. And some people do where static encounters count as a separate encounter. I might do that. Have the Pidgey count as a separate encounter from from actually counting against Route 2. Because it's always going to be a Pidgey. So I think that works for me. So you're always going to find a Pidgey here. So we're going to count that as a static encounter. It's just as if you saw the Pidgey in the overworld. And you went up and talked to it, you know. So it counts as a static encounter. It gives you a pretty early catch. I mean, Pidgey does get outclassed later on. And I want to use a Premier Ball because this is our premier Pokemon that we're going to capture. So I think that would be actually a pretty cool concept. You know, our first catch is in a Premier Ball. Alright, Pidgey was caught. Alright, and what do we want to name this bird? Well, let's get a sense on what we're looking at. So, okay, this is a callback to when you know, when I was trying to get my sisters into Pokemon. One of my sisters, she had a copy of Pokemon Pearl, and she really wanted a Pidgey. So she asked me to catch her a Pidgey and name it Chicken, and give that Pokemon to her. So I did, and you know, later on we played our you know, she was playing Pokemon Pearl, and I was like, let me check out your team. She had gotten to Candace, the 7th gym leader, and her Chicken was her highest level Pokemon. She had leveled that thing so much it was like 10 or 15 levels higher than her starter, which was Piplup. So in honor of Chicken, we're going to name this Pidgey Chicken. I think that's a funny story. So, Pidgey is our static encounter for Route 2. Oh, and there's people there. So, let's get our non-static encounter for Route 2. Now, Dupe's Claws, if this is a Pidgey, we will roll again. It ends up being a Bunnelby. So, we're going to go ahead and capture Bunnelby. This thing is at a lower level. So, okay, so it actually takes that. So I'm going to go ahead and catch this thing. And that way, early on, we already have 3 Pokemon in our party. And of course, these 3 are not going to stay. Froakie's going to probably be the only one that stays in the team. Pidgey and Bunnelby will eventually become, you know, backup for if I lose Pokemon that I actually do want to keep. And I have an idea of what my final team, I'm calling it my hopeful final team, would look like. And Greninja is hopefully going to make it to that point. So we're going to name this thing Bugs. And the cool thing is we do get more space, so we can actually just go ahead and put Bugs Bunny. So, yeah, go ahead and name this thing Bugs Bunny. But yeah, we are... Let's go ahead and, I don't think there's a... Okay, we're going to go ahead and move forward. Oh, hi, Chabs. Come learn how to catch Pokemon. Hey, I've got 2 Pokemon I've already caught before I even talked to you. So, I don't need you, guys. I don't need you at all to help me with this. Like, I've already got one of these. Serena, you're not paying attention. Oh, you got a Fletchling. Okay, I got a Pidgey instead. I would honestly prefer Fletchling, though. Because it actually is a way better Pokemon. But yeah, we'll see a defense drop onto Fletchling. And here we go. We already know how this is going to play out. She's going to capture the Bunnelby. So I'm fine with that. You know what's happening. Anyway, what do you think about my overlay? I always like trying to come up with an idea of what the overlay would look like. And I really like how I got the drop shadow on the screens. I think that looks really good. I like the Xerneas and the tree of Xerneas over on the far end. I like the designs for the background. Usually it's just, you know, a solid color or a gradient color. This time I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to put a little bit more design in that. And we got more Pokeballs. We didn't even need to buy some. I went ahead and got some, though, because we're going to be doing a lot of catching. And it's good that we went ahead and got what we needed. So we're going to just watch our pals run up. And I think this is a good stopping point for the first episode. We've already got Pokemon. Some good Pokemon. Maybe not the best, but some that is going to help us out. We've got Lax Pidgey, which boosts defense, lowers special defense. And then we've got Relaxed Bunnelby. Lower speed, raises defense. And Pickup is going to be good for Bunnelby, so I might keep that on the party for a little bit. You know, but I like just kind of going through here and getting a sense of what my team is going to look like for the next few episodes. But anyway, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next Pokemon video.